Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I'm going to be making a card with some of the new dies from the Lacey collection. So we're going to use the nested ovals, we're going to use Lacey ribbon, and this is set number 1, and then we'll add birthday wishes to the top of the card. So these are some of the cards that I've created with this die set. I've made a full card that will stand on its own, and I've used a verse from one of the stamps that are in the new collection. This is another freestanding card with the fold at the top, but this time I've cut the oval out and I've added it to a 5x7 card. And for this one I've done more or less the same, but I've turned the oval around so that it's in landscape. I've added it to an embossed background, and each one has had some flowers added to it that have been sparkled. So there's the birthday wishes sentiment. Now this oval die has been designed to work with the 5x7 complete card and box kit, but there's nothing to stop you taking smaller dies from the set and creating a smaller card that can sit on the front of your A2 or even your square cards. You just need to mix and match the dies and play and see what you can come up with. And the first thing we're going to do is take this cream panel and turn this into a card. So let's start by just folding this one in half. So I've just taken the card element and I'm going to place this over the open ends with the non-cutting edge over there. I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine, and that will give me 2 separate pieces of 5x7 card. So here with my 2 pieces of card, I'm going to put one of them inside the embossing folder, and this is the Flourish one from Card Making Magic. And with the other one I'm going to take the outside cutting die from the ovals and I'm going to place that on the card and cut that piece out. Now with some pink card and your patterned piece, you're going to cut this shape out, and then these two will be layered together and added to your card, but we'll just pop those on one side for now and come back to them shortly. Make sure you store your dies back on your magnetic sheet and then they won't get damaged. Now with Lacey ribbon number 1, you're going to take the main piece and you're going to lay it down onto your cream card. Then you're going to take the largest of the patterned edges and you're going to lay that alongside so that each point of the die goes into the raised part of the cutting edge. So we're going to take that down so that it can't move, and we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. Now because I only want this much card, I'm going to trim this down so that it will go through my machine easier. So now that that's cut, we can remove this edge one, and then you can see that the actual die is left, the card is left in there. Okay, so now we're going to turn this around and we're going to place it back in there, and we're going to line it up so that it matches the other side. And again we're going to die cut that. And so now when we remove this, we have this, but it's still in the card. So you're going to need to take some scissors and just snip the ends. And that will then give you a piece that is separate for you to add to your own designs. Now I have cut this twice because I want one for the back and one for the front of my card, and you'll see how I'm going to use those as we go along. From the rest of the ovals, you're going to take the solid one the one that will leave the little dots around the edge for you, and you're going to cut that in cream, and then you're going to take this one and cut that in pink, and that will cut completely out of your card. And then to add a little more interest to this card, I'm going to put this through the embossing folder again. Now, from the rest of the dies that are in the 5x7 box kit, we've cut some leaves in green, and I've cut the flowers from the actual kit itself. From the new ovals die, I've cut the solid word in pink, and the two words birthday wishes are in cream, and I've cut those several times, and they're going to be stacked together and added to that base. Now, if you just curl a little bit with your flowers, you will get the shape that you want. But the first thing I'm going to do is just add some colour to the edge. Everything ready to make our card. Let's start assembling it. So the first thing we're going to do is take this embossed piece and we're going to fold it in half. Now the next thing we're going to do is glue these two pieces together, and you can do it with flat glue or you can do it with foam tape. And I'm going to do mine with foam tape. Now we're going to add this piece to the top of this piece, but you're only going to glue the bottom half because you don't want any glue on this top piece here. There's your finished card, and it will stand on its own. And although it's a different shaped card, it's still only a 5x7. So this is going to fit into a box, and because this is reasonably flat, it will fit into an envelope. So let's make an envelope for it. From the box set, we've cut one of the panels, and we're going to remove the flaps, the little flaps that are on the side. Once you've done that, you can fold these pieces in and make sure that you score them, especially if you're using a thick card. And the card that I'm using is a 260 GSM, so it's quite a sturdy card. Now you've got the two pieces at the top, so just fold them with the one nearest to the box. Fold that down. You can leave the other piece in place. Now along the top here, you're going to shape these in so that they don't add too much bulk to the card. Now once you've done that, you're going to glue down this piece to these two flaps there. Don't put any in the middle or underneath, just along these edges. Now with the stitched mat from the box set, you're going to cut another piece and you're going to emboss it in the folder, and then you're going to stick this down along there. Make sure it's well stuck. Now if you're going to pop this in the post, you need to make sure it's well glued. You can add an address label to the front and you can seal it, and that will keep your envelope closed. But if you're going to give this to someone, then you can use a little flower along there just to keep this flap down, and then you can tuck that behind the flower as you need it. So let's just add this to the card. We'll have these coming down there, and you don't want to put glue on the top part of the flower, otherwise it won't open and close the card. Finished card and its envelope. There's plenty of space inside for you to add a verse. There's lots of space on the back for you to sign the card with your own greeting. It fits very neatly inside the envelope. It is still only a 5x7 card, so you need to make sure that it goes in nice and neatly, and then you can close the envelope and give that with love. So the items that I've used to create this card and its matching envelope are all from Card Making Magic, which is available at CraftStash. I've used the 5x7 complete card and box die set. I've used the Lacey nested ovals which go with the set. I've also used birthday wishes, and the Lacey ribbon #1 set, along with the embossing folder and some ribbon, and they're from other collections that are available with Card Making Magic. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.